I didn't really expect it, and when these things come along, when you don't expect them, it makes them all that more special.
Word quickly reached Ponting's family in his home state, Tasmania.
I've never felt pride, and today I've cried. I'm very proud.
Recently named Australia's one-day cricketer of the year, Ponting boasts a batting average of 41 and a strike rate of 75, but has captained his state and country on just a handful of occasions. The 27-year-old convinced he can grow into the role.
I think pretty well about the game and understand the game pretty well. And obviously over the last couple of years I think I've matured a lot as a cricketer and as a person.
Adam Gilchrist will be vice-captain, selectors preferring Ponting ahead of the wicket-keeper batsman and fellow contender Shane Warne.
It was a unanimous recommendation from the selectors.
Of the three, I probably thought I was the less likely, I must admit.
Ponting will captain his country in the one-days against South Africa and Zimbabwe, but is not assured of leading Australia to next year's World Cup.
We're looking exactly at the 10 one-days.
The one-day squad for South Africa and Zimbabwe will be announced next week. Andrew McKinlay, National 9 News.
Canadian figure skaters Jamie Sale and David Pelletier have won the ultimate consolation prize from the International Olympic Committee. The two missed out on gold earlier this week, but the cries of foul play have forced Olympic bosses to award a second pair of gold medals.
After days of controversy that overwhelmed every other event at the Olympics, the Canadians at last got to celebrate. The International Olympic Committee acted uncharacteristically swiftly, telling the Skaters' Union to clean up the mess now.
We took a decision that was one of justice and fairness for the athletes.
It didn't end there. The Russian skaters would keep their gold as well, and the French judge, who had been pressured to vote for the Russians, despite botching their performance like this, was suspended. The Canadians remained almost humble, even expressing sympathy for the Russian skaters.
This was not something against them. It was something against the system.
The uproar has only raised more questions. What about past competitions, other medals? Were they rigged as well? The skating union has at least guaranteed to reform the judging system, although it said that before.
Olympic officials are hoping that this will mean the end of demonstrations that started to happen here at the Eye Centre last night. People in the crowd were holding up signs saying, if you give athletes drug tests, why not give the judges lie detector tests? Robert Penfold, National 9 News, Salt Lake City.
A memorial service has been held for South Australian CFS volunteers who have lost their lives in the line of duty. 12 single roses were laid to symbolise the 12 firefighters who have died while fighting fires. Around 100 people attended the emotional service held at the Mount Lofty Summit. The Summit Tower and the obelisk were the only structures to survive the 1983 Ash Wednesday bushfires, which claimed 28 lives, including 3 CFS members. On a brighter note, in Sunrace 2002 got off to the perfect sunny start in the city today. The fleet reached Peterborough in the state's mid-north this afternoon, and given clear skies, it's expected to drop anchor in Sydney in just 8 days' time.
First to head off on the 8-day challenge, world distance record holder and clear favourite, Victoria's Aurora. Last year, Aurora's team clocked up 13,054 kilometres in 24 days to smash the previous record of 7,000 kilometres in 30 days. So it's no surprise to find the team's pretty confident this year as well.
We think we have a slight advantage on aerodynamics, and also the weight of our car is a little bit lower than the others.
10 solar and or electric powered vehicles have entered this year's race. Together they're a sort of travelling history of the evolution of alternative energy usage. Peterborough High School in the state's mid-north entered its electric blue vehicle for the first time. Though it wasn't a smooth ride to the start line, delays in receiving parts nearly forced them out before they'd started.
I reckon we'll finish. I don't know where we'll finish, but we'll finish. We'll do it.
Racers will travel 2,300 kilometres in this year's challenge. They'll be taken en route from Adelaide to Melbourne, then Canberra, and finishing off in Sydney. Gertie Yatsakowski, National 9 News.
And tomorrow's runners from Peterborough to Broken Hill, and to tell us if the fleet can expect favourable skies, here is Xavier with a weather update.
Yes, George, tomorrow, in fact, a fantastic repeat of today's conditions. Good to be outdoors with the fresh air and sunshine, but I'll have more later in the bulletin. I'll see you then.
Thanks, Dave, and we'll take a break now. In the news ahead, another detention centre riot, but not in Australia. Asylum seekers set fire to England's biggest detention centre. And a New York motorist accused of targeting pedestrians.
Virus marketing exposed. The latest thing in advertising.
Whoa, look at the results.
And you don't even know you've been had. Also, yeehaw, why country's suddenly cool. 60 Minutes, Sunday 7:30.
Pino Clean presents the facts of life. Fact: sometimes getting clean is a dirty business. Fact: boys who eat nothing from their plate will eat anything from the floor. Fact: no other multi-purpose spray powers through grease and kills germs better than new Pino Clean multi-purpose. Fact: boys will always be boys. Fact: that's why we say it's not clean unless it's Pino Clean, with 2 great fresh fragrances.
I know what's coming soon. With lots of money. Lots of prizes. Heap become fun.
Cash Express, the gaming machine that's sweeping the eastern states, is here and exclusive to Sky City Adelaide. Just above the railway station at North Terrace.
Welcome home.
Homestart Finance was established with one purpose in mind: affordable home loans for South Australians. Since then, thousands have moved out of the rent cycle into their own home. Many have bought established, many have built. And by the way, many were not first home buyers. If you're starting with your first home, or starting over because circumstances or needs have changed, call Homestart and start the next chapter of your life.
I feel that I am achieving something each day.
It's just such a good thing to say that I'm a cadet. It's enjoyable, it's exciting.
I was looking for a diverse career and put positive input into the community.
And there's no doubt over the years we've saved many lives.
I love it. It's just such a good team atmosphere.
We are continually recruiting and there are plenty of jobs for the right people. I really feel like we'll make a difference in the community.
Call the South Australia Police Recruiting Section and make the difference.
You're watching Adelaide's National 9 News. There was a lucky escape for a Queensland man this morning when he was attacked by a shark while surfing at Nambour on Queensland's Sunshine Coast. The 30-year-old was bitten on the foot by a 1.5-metre whaler shark.
I had a pretty good idea what happened as soon as I felt the force of the blow. Kicked out at it, hit it on the back and then swam away and I headed straight in.
The surfer suffered only minor injuries. Back overseas now, and asylum seekers have caused nearly $100 million worth of damage in a night of rioting at Europe's biggest detention centre. Several refugees are still on the run after setting fire to the Yarlswood Centre near the English town of Bedford.
Flames and smoke billowing into the night sky, destroying a state-of-the-art detention centre for asylum seekers. It had been open for less than a month. The people here were those whose applications to stay in Britain had been rejected. They were waiting to be flown home. Some say the trouble began spontaneously when a woman was handcuffed before being taken for medical treatment. Another theory is that it was simply an organised breakout.
I had 4 members who were besieged and 1 member had to leap from a burning building and broke their pelvis.
In the chaos, several refugees escaped.
At the moment, we're doing a head count to try and ascertain who is where. It seems that some have got away from the centre, perhaps as many as 20.
Some were recaptured as order was restored, but observers warn that detention centres like this are hotbeds of tension and unhappiness. Damien Ryan, National 9 News.
Afghanistan's interim leader Hamid Karzai has labelled the killing of the country's aviation minister as a political assassination. Earlier, government officials had said that Abdul Rahman was beaten and lynched at Kabul airport by an angry mob of Muslim pilgrims whose flights to Mecca had been delayed. The government now says it was internal vendetta. 4 people have been arrested, including 2 army generals. 3 other suspects are believed to have fled to Saudi Arabia. And in the United States, a 39-year-old man has been arrested after a week-long crime spree which left 27 people injured. Ronald Popovich shot a woman in New Jersey before driving his car into 19 pedestrians on a crowded Manhattan street. 2 days later, he used a handgun to steal a car, returned to the city and slammed into a further 7 pedestrians. He's been charged with attempted murder after being turned over to police by his mother. Time now for the Saturday Sport. Here's Kim.
Thank you, Georgie. Hello, everyone. Coming up tonight, the Adelaide Crows prepare for their Wizard Cup opener. And an Aussie skates into the world's top 10.
Sandra Bullock and Ben Affleck in the romantic movie premiere about the choices we make in life. Forces of Nature, Sunday on 9.
At Littlehampton, we're proud of our heritage as one of Australia's oldest brick manufacturers. But once a year, we have a new tradition, the annual summer clearance. It's this weekend only, and it's a rare chance to buy quality products at reduced prices. We're clearing our stock of seconds. If you're looking for pavers, they're all reduced, and we'll show you how the experts do it at the daily paving demonstrations. This weekend only, straight up the freeway. Don't miss it, Littlehampton.
Get behind South Australia's best when the Redbacks take on the Queensland Bulls in the ING Cup, Sunday at Adelaide Oval.
At SGIC, we assess each home we insure individually, so you won't pay more than you should.
Gotta go, get away and go to the Caravan Camping and Off-Road Show.
Follow this year's feature, Caravans to Camping Gear for the Family Getaway. Bring the kids, the weekend entertainment's free. And don't miss your chance to win a caravan. Test your towing skills. Learn to reverse with experts. Plan your family getaway. Wednesday, February 27th to Sunday, March 3rd. Royal Adelaide Showground.
Gotta go to the Caravan Camping and Off-Road Show.
Is back. Game over.
Hello again to Football First, and Adelaide's Wizard Cup campaign kicks off in less than 2 hours' time when the Crows take on the reigning day premiers Brisbane at the Gabba. But Chris Laddams and Robert Shirley won't be part of the action. They were taken to Brisbane and trained with the side last night and are on standby in case of extreme heat. But temperatures aren't expected to soar, meaning the Crows and Brisbane will both start with 6 on the interchange bench and not 8. The match can be seen live on 9 from 8 o'clock tonight. Looking forward to that. Well, Geelong has made an impressive start to the Wizard Cup, defeating Richmond. The Cats, led by captain Ben Graham, have much to brag about after opening with a 24-point victory.
Interest in new faces for both sides and a change of leadership in the Cats camp. Stephen King controlled the ruck, allowing his captain to kick goals. Ben Graham, 3 leads, 3 marks, 3 goals by half-time.
And that is an absolute perfect kick for goal.
Ex-Cat Adam Houlihan and a former Dog Paul Hudson flashed in. Matthew Richardson helped Richmond to stay in contention, while Geelong relied on Ronnie Burns for a 20-point buffer.
Drop punt is on its way.
Earlier, Gary Ablett Jr. impressed his nervous dad. The focus, though, was how the senior side would cope. The Cats keeping Richmond goalless in the third term. A cork thigh for Richardson made it a dismal day out. Geelong by 24 points. At Optus Oval, Craig Bradley was ready to battle through a 17th season. Carlton teammate Scott Camporelli knowing he'll be tagged all year.
Courageous stuff.
But the unexpected did happen. West Coast working well.
On his left foot, unguarded goal square, it's home.
Having served his coaching apprenticeship at Carlton, John Worsfold had the Eagles up by 15 points at half-time.
And he'll kick a goal.
The commitment by the youngsters was faultless. Jeremy Humm hammered by David Haynes. No comeback for Carlton, West Coast by 35 points. And last night, Trent Crode and Jeff Farmer fired up Fremantle.
This is what they recruited him for.
The Dockers stunning a disappointing Western Bulldogs, while the fresh-looking St Kilda dished out a 68-point mauling to Melbourne. Michael Roberts, National 9 News.
To cricket now, and as we reported earlier, Ricky Ponting has been appointed captain of the Australian one-day team. Adam Gilchrist is his deputy. Meanwhile, Queensland looks set to take maximum points with an outright victory over South Australia at the Adelaide Oval. The Redbacks were set 239 runs for victory before the Bulls charged. The Redbacks struggling to avoid defeat with 9 overs remaining.
Scrambling to save 2 precious points, Manu a bit too careful, failing to offer a shot. The Bulls wrapped up the Redbacks for 392, gaining first innings points and a lead of more than 100. It may have been the final day, but Maher and Castle went for broke, an outright victory now in Queensland sights. The skipper blasting a half-century off only 38 balls. But when Blewett sent Maher packing for 52, it sparked a remarkable batting collapse. Simons run out without scoring. A duck also for first innings hero Martin Love. And when new man in Nash went next ball, Young was on a hat-trick. The Bulls had lost 3 for just 1 run, then Castle went for a stubborn 43. Blewett too had his eye on a hat-trick. Like Young, he would fall just short. Half an hour after lunch, the Bulls boldly declared at 7 for 127. Needing 239 off 60 overs for victory, the home side enforced the new ball upon the Bulls bowlers. But it was Nofke who took a shine to it, clean bowling both Fitzgerald, then Blewett to put the Redbacks at 2 for 39. When Johnson was dismissed 1 run shy of his 50, the rest of the team followed. The next 5 wickets tumbled for only 24 runs. Queensland set to move further ahead on the Pura Cup table. Vicky Schwartz, National 9 News.
And in the match in Perth, Western Australia is targeting an outright win after declaring its first innings closed at 7 for 500. And in the one-day game at the MCG, Victoria has defeated Tasmania by 19 runs, keeping the Tigers at the bottom of the table. Well, after 5 wins in a row, the Adelaide 36ers have crashed back to earth, losing to arch-rivals Victoria. The Titans registered their 10th win in a row with an 18-point victory. It was Adelaide's 4th game in 8 days. And it seems almost certain Australia will finish the Winter Olympics without a medal. But there have been a number of personal bests. In the men's figure skating, Anthony Liu overcame a shaky start to finish 10th.
In an event that rewards expression as much as skill, the men's free program in the figure skating had a blade of everything.
Such control.
Aussie Anthony Liu didn't have the same composure.
Bad fall on the triple axel.
But Liu brushed off the chill of a nervous beginning, and for the first time, an Aussie finished in the world's top 10.
Triplets. Triple toe.
In the women's combined, Rowena Bright, Jenny Owens and Alice Jones followed each other down the mountain.
So the confidence should
By the end of the second leg, Owens was our best, finishing 9th.
Well, Jenny was a little rough down
6 days into the Olympics, and the Aussies' medal hunt continues.
The splits will tell us straight away how she's...
The running repairs continue for some of the fleet in the around-the-world yacht race. As the boats power towards Rio, makeshift rudders and masts are just getting crews out of trouble, while others are waiting for it to hit.
It's a bit eerie at the moment. We've got kind of fog and you can probably see it at flat water. There's only 3 or 4 hours ago when we could see the majority of the fleet. Right now, we can't see no one, so it's a bit strange.
Ilbrook continues to lead. Clinton Fletcher, National 9 News.
A Victorian raider has won one of South Australia's richest horse races, the Magic Millions. The Melbourne-trained colt Milkshake claimed the $228,000 purse with a storming finish.
Here's Milkshake letting go. In front now is Wyndham Glory. On the outside, Rachel's Pride. And Milkshake storming home with Red Labelle. Milkshake hit the lead. This is the best Milkshake these owners will ever buy. Milkshake won the millions, running away by 3. Second, Rachel's Pride.
Yes, that would have tasted good. And just finally, Adelaide's Alicia Mollick is into the semi-finals of the Qatar Open. And don't forget, the Crows take on Brisbane tonight. Our live coverage starts, Georgie, at 8 p.m.
Can I put your credibility on the line? Who's going to win?
Well, I've got a lot of that, haven't I? Brisbane are very undermanned tonight, so Adelaide should win and should win comfortably.
There you go. You heard it first here. We'll pick you up on that tomorrow night. Thanks, Kim.
I'm sure you will.
Xavier's along next with the weather, and we will see if he's predicting smooth seas for the Adelaide arrival of a famous lady. The QE2 is on her way.
A new season, a new challenge, a new era of football is here. 8 o'clock tonight, North versus South as Brisbane clash with Adelaide live. The Wizard Home Loans Cup on 9.
I'm going to show you how great I am. Let me tell you something. I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. George can't hit what his hands can't see. Now you see me, now you don't. He think he will, but I know he won't. I'll prove to the world that I'm still the fastest, the prettiest, the most classiest, the most scientific, the greatest of all time. I am the greatest.
Your motivation is you're angry but happy, laughing but crying, you're in love but full of hate with a kind of pumped up, relaxed look in your left eye. Action!
Some things are best kept simple. For health insurance that makes life simple, call 133 234.
Every Sunday, people from all over Adelaide go to Truscott Hi-Fi in the city for advice. The reason they buy is the low price. Truscott Hi-Fi, 69 Franklin Street, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms.
Urgent, urgent, urgent! Lacornu moves out! Forced sell-off! Ah! Solution! Save to 18 to 45% and no deposit and interest-free for 365 days! Hurry! Lacornu!
Hi, this is a great deal and it's red hot.
See Europe in style on an Inside Vacations panorama tour and save up to $660 per person. Plus you get $100 off your airfare.
Travel with the travel professionals.
Hi, I'm Janine Plummer, food editor, Superfood Ideas, and here's a healthy way to start your day. Peach and mango yogurt muffins with a delicious smoothie. Combine flour, sugar, sultanas and muesli. Mix eggs and 2 tubs of ski no-fat peach and mango yogurt. It's creamy, mild and delicious, full of protein and calcium, and it has no fat. Fold in with the dry ingredients. Spoon into a muffin tray and bake. For the smoothie, blend ice cubes, milk, strawberries, lime juice, and a tub of ski no-fat wild strawberry yogurt. All the details are on a recipe card at your local supermarket. And you have the perfect summertime breakfast. You can also get the details in Superfood Ideas magazine or on our Food in a Minute website.
It's bigger and better than ever.
We've got over $1 million in cash and prizes.
Funniest Home Videos returns next on 9.
Good evening, everyone. Some fantastic conditions tonight and tomorrow on the waters, especially for the fishing and the boating, and it's going to be a pleasant day ahead of us tomorrow as well. But first, 13.3 this overnight, went to 23.5 this afternoon at about 3:45. Currently 22.1. The barometric pressure is steady. Having a look at our cloud chart first of all. Mainly clear across our state. Up in the north and the east, though, we've had some lightning strike, and in the northeast part of the state we will see some isolated thundery shower activity continuing tonight but clearing tomorrow. Onshore airstream may give us some light shower activity around the southeast coast, but apart from that, tomorrow is looking pleasant right the way through. Plenty of sunshine around the place. On the analysis, the high is dominant. This is a general summer pattern coming through. The frontal system down there will pass by, not really affecting affecting us that much. We will stay in the south to southeast airstream, so another pleasant day ahead of us into Monday as well. If you're heading out into another state, you can expect showers in Darwin, Cairns, Alice Springs and Sydney, maximum ranging from 21 in Hobart up to 35 in Alice Springs. Here in our state today, maximum range from 19 degrees at Parawa up to 36 degrees at Moomba. Now it's a cool night ahead of us. Isolated light showers in the lower southeast coast, isolated thunderstorms in the northeast. The rest of the state, though, is fine. Southwest to southeast airstream coming through. UV radiation tomorrow will be extreme. Around the country centres now, down to 9 overnight for Ceduna, 24 there tomorrow. 9 overnight down the Mount, 22 the top tomorrow. Elsewhere in the state, down to 6 for Narracourt overnight, 26 tomorrow, and a pleasant 22 degrees for Victor Harbour during the day tomorrow. On the waters, it'll be variable at first up to 15 knots. They'll turn south to southwest by the afternoon up to 20 knots and then ease by the evening back to 17 knots. And for the metro area, it's another mild and sunny day, lovely. 26 degrees coming up, 27 Elizabeth, Mount Barker 25, 25 also for Noarlunga the next few days. We do see heating it up on Tuesday I should say, 35 degrees. Showers then on Wednesday, clearing. The longer term forecast, though, fine and mild. It's another lovely day. Here's George.
Thanks, Xavier. And before we go, here's a reminder of what is making news on this, the 16th day of February. The Queen Mother has defied her doctors to attend the funeral of Princess Margaret in a private service for the royal family at Windsor Castle. The princess's ashes will be laid to rest near the coffin of her father, King George VI. There's more pressure on the federal government in the Children Overboard affair, with a senior advisor saying he warned the Defence Department that the claims were false 3 days after they were first made. And belated justice for the Canadian skaters cheated by corrupt judging at the Winter Games. They're to be awarded gold medals after all. And that's it from us. See you tomorrow, Kim.
Can't wait, Georgie. Good night, everyone.
And we'll leave you tonight on a nautical note with a reminder that 2 of the world's biggest cruise liners are heading our way. The QE2 leaves Melbourne just before midnight tonight and will dock at Outer Harbour at 7:30 a.m. on Monday, with P&O's giant cruise ship Aurora due to arrive at about the same time. Good night, everyone.
On the series return,
I think we need to offer up a bit.
Can a challenging makeover boost the sale price? Location returns Sunday on 9.
Tonight at the special time of 7 o'clock, Gilmore Girls. Then at 8 o'clock, footy action as the AFL pre-season heats up when the Crows take on the Brisbane Lions.